I mean, you know what's dropping this holiday. You got the 7210 11s, the Carolina ones.
That shoe's the one that I'm looking forward to the most.
The Carolinas or the 11s?
No, the 11s.
Okay.
I feel like that's a really dope concept for the shoe. I feel like it's got an interesting look to it. I didn't know that patent leather was gonna have like that shiny speckle to it until you actually like
see it in the light.
Yeah, seen it in the light. Looks like a dope shoe. I mean, what's gonna be funny is all these people that have like these early pairs that say the 23 on the back. A lot of people are speculating now. There's a big rumor that they're gonna say 72 and 10. I'm not sure which way it's gonna come out.
That's what I heard too, though.
I'm not sure which way it's gonna come out, but it'd be funny for all the people who are flexing with them like 4 or 5 months in advance, and then it comes out that way. So that's one of those things where I guess you gotta just wait and see.
Yeah.
But again, people try to bring some of that stuff into the store. We don't sell any of that early stuff or anything like that. People try to come in here with fake shoes. A lot of people, honestly, I wouldn't say that they're trying to get over on us, more so that somebody got over on them
and they didn't know.
So, you know, we'll take the shoe. If we have that other model shoe that it's, you know, the right one, we'll compare it, we'll show them the differences. Or, you know, if we don't have the shoe, I'll show them, or my partner will show them and say, hey, listen, this is why this shoe is no good. A lot of people are shocked.
Yeah.
What's the most shoe that people bring in that are fake?
No, I mean, well, you can answer that too, but I was gonna ask also, along with that, what's the process of, you know, going about, like once you get a shoe, how do you check it, and then you say, okay, we can use it or we're not gonna use it?
It depends what shoe. I'm exceptionally good when it comes to Jordans. So that's my forte. So I've taught the guys who are my partners in the store and the people that work here what to look for when it comes to certain stuff like that. Kobe's, LeBron's, a lot of that stuff. It's a little bit more difficult just because, you know, the foams, it's a little tougher, but there's definitely ways to tell. I mean, from stitching, from the material, from the toe box, to, you know, sometimes even just the laces. Some of the laces, like you look at it, they're wrong, they're not long enough. You know, the tips of the laces are not right, but that shoe is not real if everything in the whole package is not complete in the right way. You know, the most fake shoes that we've got in here are DB5s, which, you know, the spacing of the actual wording on the shoe is really far apart. On the real ones, it's really tight together. And then also with the tongue sits a little bit lower where the Jumpman is, and it's like wavy. It should be a little bit lower. Bread 1, Royal 1, those two a lot also. And then there's always, you know, people come in with the icy bottom 11s, you know, Space Jams and stuff like that, which you know clearly are no good. I mean, unless you use Sea Glow or like Soul Glow or one of those products, I mean, and they redid them themselves. If you have a shoe from 2009 and the shoe is icy as anything, it's clearly not real.
Right.
People are like, no, I paid a good price. I paid $200. I paid whatever, $300 for it. It's like, I mean, you got taken for your $300. And some people don't want to hear it too. And then I also use a thing which I always say just for people to see it, also for like, say, shoes that we don't have in stock, and say like we can't do the comparison from, you know, the real shoe and the fake shoe. We show them like the page called Fake Education. I don't know if you ever heard of it.
Yeah, I've seen it.
He does a lot of shoes. So like, we'll show them like, hey, this is like the fake shoe on his page, and it's the same exact as yours is. Just so they have a visual. Just so they could see it in front of them, like, hey, like, this is the fake pair on his page. This is the exact same pair that you're bringing us.
Yeah.
And this is the difference between the real one. That's just for stuff like, say, we don't have in stock. I mean, a majority of the people believe us and go off our word anyway when we say like it's no good.
Of course.
But some people have that complex of they want to see it in front of them. Like, nah, I swear it's good, I know it's good. It's not. But, you know, again, we can't risk our reputation by selling anything that's not legit or authentic.
Of course.
I mean, if there's even a doubt of a shoe, I tell them, wait until I get here, either the next day or whenever I come, let me look at it, and then we'll either put it back on the shelf, like we'll put it on the shelf, or we'll give it back to the person who consigned it and tell them, listen, we can't take the shoe because it's not good.
And as far as those 11s go, I mean, you know that they're stocking up the price, obviously, so I think the retail for those are going to be like $220. What do you think about that?
I'm not against it. I feel like with doing that, it's just raising the resale price of all of these shoes to where it becomes hard for people to actually afford buying the shoes.
Yeah.
You know, I think we saw that really relevant with the LeBrons. They started making LeBrons 220, 250.
275.
You know, and you saw the decrease in the amount of people buying the shoes because those shoes are expensive, really expensive. So the more they keep on taxing up the prices, the less people that are gonna buy, or I shouldn't say less people that buy, because a lot of these shoes people are always gonna buy, but it's harder for people to stand on lines and then resell these shoes for higher prices just because the retail price is high.
Yeah.
And especially if you're buying it in states that have a crazy tax rate. We're blessed that we're in New Jersey, so pairs that we get for retail and whatever else, we're paying retail price. We're not paying retail plus tax. Those shoes that you're buying in New York for $190 or $200, you're talking about when taxes are done, it's $215, $218, $220. It's expensive.
Yeah.
Expensive hobby. Very expensive hobby. It's become one of those things where you gotta have a really good job or you gotta be selling these shoes, and a lot of people are just selling the shoes, you know?
My first what the shoe was the what the Kobe 7. And like I said, I'm a tech geek, so I always I like the Kobe's because you can take the sole out, pop the other part in and everything, even though I never balled the knees. But I really like this shoe.
Anybody know what that is? The pack? We're just gonna call it the pack. I'm gonna get on my Cali shit. This the pack. That would be a LeBron James logo.
What shoe is that?
That's the Air Max joint they did that had that. I forgot the name of the shoe. That's the joint that had the chip.